Welcome to what I would call the first ever solo long form podcast. And I think it's only fair that I sit down and talk about this entire endeavor as a whole, what I'm trying to create, why I'm building it this way, and kind of what you, as the listener, viewer, person who's just stepping into Vybrant, can hope to get out of it. And maybe I can answer some questions along the way. Realistically, quick overview. If you don't know who I am, just tuning into the podcast, just getting this piece of media or just kind of figuring it all out. My name is Joshua Haag. I have been a celebrity coach out here in Los Angeles. I specialize in spines and shoulders, former elite athlete, chef, a nutritionist. I kind of have this incredible, unique build of knowledge that's come together over the last 2 decades. And with that, I've decided to help clients all over Los Angeles. And what that means is I enter their life and I basically start as a trainer. I start to train them, but it very quickly turns into talking to them about nutrition, helping them through their kids not sleeping, figuring out why their body hurts. And then they break their ankle, and I'm the one helping them look through the MRIs as they get told over which doctor to go to, and then they need injections. I've been also with families through all sorts of walks of life. One of the coolest ones is I've been with someone and started with her while she was dating. She wanted to feel good about herself and finding a significant other. And then she found this person, and then she married this person, and then she tried to have kids with this person and trained her through all those different stages of life. That gives a certain level of skill to be able to talk to a mass amount of people, whether it's sports performance, whether it's recovery, whether it's us trying to get back after it after an injury, whether it's weight loss, nutrition. Oh, you add in my cooking background, things like that. And we can dive into a really deep, well of what to eat, why to eat, how to eat. And that will be kind of a second book that's coming out here pretty soon. I digress. With all of that, and my company in Los Angeles is called Heroic Performance, I decided to level up, so to speak. I decided to try and help a bigger mass of people because one-on-one training, while my knowledge is specialized and I'm an expert at what I do, the one-on-one training side of things, again, only allows me to help one person at a time. And while that's wonderful, for me, I feel there's a bigger calling at play. I feel there's an opportunity to help. And so what I'm trying to do is put together a repertoire of resources so anyone listening to this can access me from different levels, from different angles, so to speak. What does that look like? Well, enter Vybrant. And the concept of Vybrant was all about helping you live a more vibrant life and bringing color to each day. And that's kind of the jumping off point for this company. What are we about? I created what's called a health ecosystem. And what that means is at the start and Heroic Performance, I noticed that training wasn't the only way or the only thing that a body, a person, a human in front of me needed. They had to have this holistic kind of training platform. And so it was sleep, exercise, nutrition, stress, and social engagement. And my goal was to help influence each page of their book. Are they working out? Are they recovering properly? Sleeping? Are they eating somewhat optimally, following a plan? Do they know what protein is, right? Things like that. Are they stressed at work and their hormones are all over the place and they can't lose weight and they get chunk around their midsection? They're drinking heavily. And then lastly, are they looked after? Do they have a social engagement? Are they doing things? Are they living a life, or are they just kind of waiting for the next day? I would start to influence different pieces of their life in conversation and chit chat with their buddy Josh, who happened to bury super high level, the physical side, into our meetings every day. Vybrant is taking that concept and now bringing about a little bit more of the resource side of things. So I built kind of Vybrant with that as the pillar and now a better access for you. And so the first things first is we have supplementation. I was fed up, client after client after client, of giving them this tray of supplements of all sorts of different things to help them sleep, to help regulate their hormones, to help them, get a better lift on to pre-workouts and things like that. And I would be asked time and time again, what should I take? How should I take it? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. So what I decided to do was first things first, go after sleep. Now, both in coaching as well as our platform, I felt that sleep is the gateway drug, so to speak, pun intended, to unlocking potential, right? Most people think it's about working out really hard and nailing down our six pack in the kitchen and eating that protein right out the gate. Don't get me wrong. That's important, but I don't think it's the thing that unlocks your ultimate potential. I believe sleep and recovery is. And I wanted to give people the tools, the resources, the knowledge, and the opinions of an expert in the field, myself, so that they could trust somebody day in and day out that they might actually get to know. Because let's face it, there's so many people out in the world spewing all sorts of different stuff. And this guy's got a six pack and he does kung fu training as this, specific dojo on this, YouTube channel. Well, okay. Well, what's his background? What's his knowledge? Is he relatable? Can you believe what he's saying? Did he always have a six pack? Because some people are gifted. Like I'm 6'6", 250 pounds. I can lift a lot of weight, but I'm gifted in the fact that I've always been able to. Does that mean you're going to lift a lot of weight? Well, hopefully, but probably not. So the same concept with the six pack or with, you want to build a better butt. There are teachings, methodologies, programming styles, things like that can help, but some of it's genetic. I hate to break it to you, right? Arnold Schwarzenegger, yeah, he had performance enhancing drugs, but was also a genetic mutant, right? So my hope is that Vybrant can be a relatable source for a coach, someone you can trust, and someone that can bring to you these three pieces that I'm about to say at a relatable level of knowledge. And so the first thing with sleep is a sleep supplement. I turned around and was looking at the things my clients are taking, everything from different like SSRIs to like they're drinking for sedation. I just have a drink at night to help me fall asleep, right? Drinking for sedation. They're taking CBD and things like that, or THC. They're taking melatonin. They're taking all sorts of different brands of different stuff. Oh, this brand of magnesium and that thing of melatonin. And what I turned around and kind of realized is no one comes together to create all-inclusive supplementation that is properly dosed and is built to not have you like need it. Don't want you to be forcefully subscribed to it, addicted to it, things like that. And we can dive off the deep end in terms of melatonin, for instance. So for instance, with melatonin, the average dose of the body is anywhere between 0.3 and 0.5 milligrams in terms of what our body needs and wants on a daily basis in terms of its own production, right? Serotonin kind of is the thing that produces this sleepy drug. So it doesn't take a lot. And the average dose, and I just looked it up on my phone here, right? The average dose of most over-the-counters for teenagers is between 3 and 12 milligrams. For adults, it's 1 to 25 milligrams in terms of the average dosing that you're going to get over the counter. What does that mean? Melatonin is notorious for being taken and basically subduing your own production, right? This external pharmaceutical. It's synthetic. It's not like phyto. It's not natural. And what it does is it signals your own body to go, I don't need this anymore. I'm good to go, right? I don't need to make it anymore. And this is just one example of a story that you've been told when it comes to supplementation that isn't necessarily true. Another instance is pixie dusting. What you're going to see is, a supplement will say, I've got 100 milligrams in my supplement of magnesium, and I'm picking magnesium, for instance. But the body actually needs, let's say, 600, right? So they've put enough in there to claim magnesium, but not enough to actually make an efficable change, right? So like real change, like your body needs specific amounts of these substances to be able to absorb and process and create the desired outcome. But the pharmaceutical can say, oh yeah, we have magnesium in our supplement, blah, 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 blah. Well, yeah, there's a reason the supplement's only like $1.50 for the whole bottle is because there's just not enough. But the consumer is not educated enough to know the difference. Well, I am. And I wanted to be a voice that you could trust in terms of what's going into your body. Because at the end of the day, isn't that the most important thing? And so what I created, right, our first thing is our sleep supplement, right? Vybrant Sleep. And this says all of our proper dosing for the different herbals. It's non-addictive, right? So you're not going to need it, but hopefully you'll want it. And it's not habit forming. So you won't have to take it every night to fall asleep like, Seroquel or, I know people who take gabapentin. I know people who are, taking Ambien, and you have to take it consistently or your body doesn't know how to fall asleep. With the sleep talk, so to speak, I want to take it a step farther in the fact of I noticed a lot of my clients, the supplementation is a piece to fix their internal imbalances. But I noticed the external stimuli, their lifestyle, their habits, everything around them was also, if not more of a problem, to help them kind of recover and fall asleep. That is, everyone wants to bitch and moan, but no one wants to go to bed on time. right? No one wants to wake up consistently. No one wants to make sure they're not eating late at night. Everyone wants the change, but no one wants to do the work, right? And so what I tried to do is build a class, a challenge, 30, 60, and 90 day, to rewire your entire lifestyle and system, to give you the tools to be able to fall asleep on your own and to understand that it's coming from science. It's coming from a place of knowledge, from the studies and the research. And hopefully I can take high level information and I've dumbed it down to a level that's like digestible, right? And when I say dumbed it down, I don't mean it derogatorily, but it's at a level that you can just absorb. You can just go, this makes sense. And it's day by day. The last piece to it is I wrote my first book, and it's called The Sleep Solution. And it's basically your guide to everything that I could possibly teach you in terms of our recovery systems, protocol, the nervous system, how it works. It's kind of what all of this was built off of, is that book. And these are like kind of the three prongs to a triangle that is allowing me to both give you the knowledge, the tactical resources, and then the supplementation to be able to truly tip the scale in your favor, so to speak. And that's our Sleep Academy. And I have things in there from travel tips and tricks to like different resources in terms of herbals and things like that. I've built a podcast, not a podcast, I've built a Spotify playlist to hopefully give you the different wavelengths to fall asleep at different hertz that you can play with. I really tried to build something that is valuable to each person at their own stage of the game. But where does that fit into the whole pie? So let's expand. I have also built the Vybrant Training Academy. And what that is the other side to Vybrant Sleep. Because like I said, I believe sleep is the pinnacle, but is not the only pillar, right? It's the most important one, but then there are others. And the Vybrant Training Academy is now your way to actually tactfully train your body. And I'm building it in a way that's not just get a bigger butt. Things like that will be in there, jump higher, right? Learn how to run a little bit faster maybe, or I'm building out the programs as we speak. But the first ones that I went after were training for your hormones, both for men and women. I'm also doing pregnancy. And I've built also these locker rooms that are, it's about 150 different articles that I've wrote of questions and answers from youth. How do I get my son to fall asleep? How do I get them to stop being addicted to screens? How do I get them to eat at night? How do I get them to have self-confidence again, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I've built the Vybrant Training Academy for those 30 to 35 and over. And I want it to be real life questions that you're asking yourself. I have a gut and I don't know where it came from. The workouts that I used to do don't work anymore. My body hurts when I wake up. Now what? How do I get off the floor? What happens when I've lost my ability to balance? How do I gain it back? And unfortunately, and as humbling as it is, we are aging and we all go through this process at some point. And there's a realization that what was is not now. I'm here to tell you, with the appropriate training, with a little bit of new, right? Being a little bit respectful of our body, there is a way to train and regain your youth. There is a way to eat and regain your youth in terms of blood work and age. There is a way to optimize your hormones and your stress to wake up and be excited. You just have to know how. Well, that's what I'm here for. So the Vybrant Training Academy is kind of my next evolution in terms of how to train a body, from nutrition to weight loss, to weight gain, to hormones, to pregnancy, to youth. And I want you to basically start to have access to my brain, so to speak. Everything that I know, I'm trying to put up there. This is going up live with our second book, which is going to be a culmination nutrition and cookbook. Because after sleep, the most important thing is nutrition. What's going into your body, both at a large level, proteins, carbs, and fats, as well as a micronutrient level. And my nutritional cookbook, how to eat for performance, how to lose weight, how to gain weight, how to fix cholesterol, I slammed it all in. And then what I did is I included 45 recipes. And these recipes are done 6 different ways. And it's from my time as a chef and nutritionist. I owned a meal prep company out here for about 3.5 years. There's fan favorites on there from our clients. And it's everything that I could give you on how to eat healthy and basically plug and play your nutrition into the sleep that you're already building. So I'm giving you the resources to do it yourself. And then lastly, and I haven't started building it yet, my specialty out here is spine, shoulders, and hips. And you see me as a coach now, like I have a team, but then you also see me when surgery and PT haven't really done their job. They haven't worked. And I wanted to start to download my knowledge in terms of the very unique kind of forefront of medicine style knowledge that I have in terms of fixing someone's back, fixing someone's hip, getting them to live pain-free. And if we can't do that, how do you train and move with the least amount of pain? So that's the third kind of leg to all of this, is starting to introduce the Pain Academy, because the Training Academy, the overall just how to work out, how to get performance, things like that, that's awesome for some people. Other people can barely get off the ground without pain in their knees. So there's a disconnect between what's needed, and I have the ability and the knowledge to do both. And so this kind of brief podcast was a way for me to kind of download my head in terms of an explanation of what's to come, what is, where did we come from, the whole thing. I think truthfully, this is the next phase of health, wellness. The coach like myself, I teach my team. Coach like myself is kind of the forefront of medicine. I teach to be a project coordinator. And what that means is, just like you build a house, you have a contractor, right? You have a guy who runs all the other subcontractors. And it's the guy who's in charge of the electrician, and the guy who's in charge of the plumber, and the guy who's in charge of putting up the studs. I want to be that guy for your body. I want to be in charge of your nutrition, and I want to work on supplementation with you, and I want to help you sleep better and be in charge of that system. And I want to show you how you can do some mobility so you don't have back pain long term. And over the course of time, hopefully arm you with the tools and resources that you don't ever need to look back. You're not only challenged each and every day, but you're learning valuable resources. Let's say you lose my name and you forget I ever exist. You now have the skills needed to take care of yourself each and every day. And let's face it, some people don't want to put that kind of work in knowledge-wise. They just don't have the capacity. We do train one-on-one as well. So I built, with all of this, our training platform, right? We have an app that I train with virtually. I have clients all over the country, and we help them get their health and wellness back. It's the same principles, now just completely designed for someone's body. Directly what they need with their injuries in mind, their blood work in mind, the testing, the heart rate, like everything. Everything you could imagine comes now into our training platform. That's going to be the cream of the crop. That's going to be kind of the most direct I can have at driving the car to get you the results as fast and as safely as possible. But the academies, back pain training and sleep, are kind of the next stage down. They are going to be the quickest download for the person who doesn't want to deal with one-on-one training, but still takes some autonomy in their own life with the trust of a coach who has their best interests at heart. Not just here to make money, not just here to grow a community, not just here to sell shit, but to actually help fix the problems in your life. That's what I'm trying to do. At the end of the day, I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if people want it. I have to believe that my knowledge and who I am and what I bring to the table is something special. And, I look at all the clients over time that I've had the opportunity to be a part of their journey, their life. And it's the most rewarding thing to see, and to see them 5 years later after training with me and how great they're doing. Some still with me. I've had clients for up to 10 years right now, still with me day in and day out. The feeling of seeing them succeed, it's like I'm succeeding, right? In my own life, to my own life. And that's what I want to give to you. I want to share that moment. School is going to be the community for you, right? Brings you all together, allows you to share in one another's successes. And my hope is that I can kind of proctor and grow that, and to allow you to see what it's like to do this and do it not alone. Do it with friends or family. I have my family in this, right? I believe in this so much that I'm coaching my loved ones. That's when you know it's real. I hope I haven't bored you too much on this podcast. This was my first solo one. There will be more to come on some more in-depth topics, more intricate topics, more reviews and things like that. But until next time, it's been great chit-chatting, and stay vibrant. Have a great day, guys.